Say, Mel? Do you have any plans this weekend? I haven't had plans the past 6 weekends. I don't know what makes you think this one will be different. Oh, why? I've noticed you've been eating nothing but camp food since you've come here. Yeah, I can't exactly walk to a local restaurant here. Well, I'm not a top-tier chef, but if you'd like, I can swing by on the weekend and cook you something, or next weekend if that works better. Well, that would be the last weekend. Let's just go both. It is... But... Have those always been there? Next weekend sounds great! It is true, the way through a person's heart is through their stomach. You know me so well, I can't resist a home-cooked meal, said no one ever. Fun fact, a teacher once offered me that when I left school. Fun fact about ChrisTenarium. I take it as a yes. Awesome. Is there any food you're fond of besides cheese? He gave me a playful nudge with his elbow. I like almost anything, but I'm not big on red... That's... You can't say you like everything. Like almost anything, but I don't like most of the things that people normally cook with. I'll see what I can do... Oh wait, he smacked his forehead with his free hand. I forgot my brother needs a car for the weekend. Friday evening still okay? It is. I look forward to it. Hooray, we're gonna do some dating after this nice and easy puzzle, I guess. You guys have something to look forward to. Whoosh. If this is right, this one wasn't very difficult at all. It's just a man. Oh, what a god. I don't get how the difficulty rating works on this, because it's given me some really difficult 15 by 15 ones, as we saw in the last episode, and now there's that. Like, it didn't seem wonderfully difficult. Wow, what a setup. Yeah, it's like nothing has changed. Good, you've still got the lumber there. Might need more than just wood later on though. I gazed at the ingredients on the counter. An onion, a bottle of olive oil, strips of chicken, mushroom, garlic cloves, and 3 or 4 types of herbs and seasonings. There was a pot nearby, although the stove was off. The oven was being preheated while Deandre diced mushrooms on a wooden board. Well, what are we making? I thought you were gonna lounge around and relax while I did the honors. You're not supposed to say that, but sure. Oh please, I'm used to preparing meals alongside you. I'll at least slice the onion. I grabbed the vegetable and rummaged through the drawer for a knife. I know you, the faster we work, the quicker we can eat, and we're making a penne pasta dish with chicken. Oh god, how incredibly difficult and delightful. We're making pasta with chicken, great. I have prepared the finest of meals for our date. It's pasta with some chicken. Ugh. I eyed the shallow pan in the oven. Sounds like a casserole. Someone looked up recipes that are popular in America. His hand froze. A pasta? Clearly I'm not that au fait with American recipes. And I knew I hit the mark. He chuckled and resumed slicing the mushrooms. Recipes popular in America that also required a lot of cheese. I thought it would be too obvious if I went for the cheeseburger or pizza route, and I wanted to make something you'd be familiar with. The recipe called for beef, however I've made a few changes. He saw the meat and replaced it with chicken. Truly, he is a god among intellectuals. It didn't take long to finish slicing all the required ingredients. Soon Deandre mixed everything over a saucepan. After he added the herbs and black pepper, a savoury aroma wafted through the air. Doesn't savoury have a U in English? I'm pretty sure it does. Since I wasn't much help at this point, I cleaned the Hang on. Didn't they just use something with U, but they haven't previously? I don't know, I might be making shit up at this point. I cleaned the counter and put away the utensils we didn't need. When do you return home? The following Saturday. Looking forward to going back? Have a special someone waiting for you? Nope, nothing like that. What about you? I tensed briefly despite my confidence in his response. Now, not at the moment. So you've dated before? Oh, the penne's done. Can you drain it? Thanks. Won't be the only penne she's draining later on, will it? Anyway, I've had a few flings in New Zealand, but nothing serious. You? I poured the steaming contents over a sieve already placed in the sink. After I set the pot down, I tilted the sieve to drain out the remaining liquid. I had a boyfriend a few years ago. He was my dance partner, but we broke up after 3 years. Okay, so you're using few not to mean like 2 to 3, are you? You're using it to mean a lot more. I watched him mix the final ingredients together in a large skillet, including the penne I had passed to him. I guess it was after high school. That tends to happen when people go off to different colleges or move. That's exactly it. I wanted to stay in LA, but he got offered a scholarship if he went to the university in NorCal. Do people... Alright, Americans, do you really call it NorCal? Oh, California. Shit, I assumed it was Carolina. Fuck me, that's going to be confusing to foreigners. We tried to maintain our relationship, but quickly learned the 5-hour drive was too much. We just couldn't find the time to visit each other, and he met new people, so... It was hard, but we decided it was better to end it, so hang on. We just couldn't find the time to visit each other, and he met, that's he, him. But we decided it was better to end it, I'm sure. Sounded like he meant a lot to you. Yeah. This is a perfect thing to bring up on dates, by the way, guys. Talk about your ex as much as you possibly can, passionately and lovingly. He was my first love. I guess you could say I fell for him so hard I saw stars. And blood. What? Well, that's my relationship status at the moment. I laugh awkwardly, kicking myself for even mentioning how I broke up. He must have thought I was gently shutting down any idea of a long-distance relationship. I watched as Deandre opened the oven, using one mittened hand to slide the casserole dish onto the rock. When he was done, he set the timer, then did the same for his phone. His movements indicated he felt as awkward as I did now. Topic change, maybe I can suggest a walk. We should toss the old ball around to help pass the time. Yeah. Sure. He grabbed his trusty rugby ball and ushered me toward the forest. We moved to a clearing that still had the building in sight, but also provided enough space to throw the ball around without the chance of smashing a window. No, we can try. When we were about 10 paces apart, he performed an underhand throw and I caught the ball with only a minor fumble. At least the ball was easy to grip, even my fingers felt stubby holding it. And I tossed it back. My aim was inaccurate and I thought it would sail past Deandre. Instead, he leapt high into the air and caught it with one hand. Sheesh, he made it look so easy. I mean, he's a second row, he has. Now I was tempted to toss it haphazardly to test his reflexes. The simple activity lost its appeal though, and even Deandre sensed it. Wanna try run the ball past me? My eyes sized up his height and physique. Do I, someone who's a foot smaller than you, want to... No! You're not going to try and tackle me, right? It'll be one-touch rugby. It's as harmless as playing tag. Yeah. I admit I was curious to see a match between our agility, a dancer versus a rugby player. At least it didn't involve catching. I mean, don't get me wrong, dancers are agile, but quick? I'm not sure running is much into it, is it? Using the ball, Deandre gestured to the haystack behind me. That'll be the goal line for me. You score a think touchdown in American terms, if you can make it to the large trees behind me. To help indicate my goal, he tied his hoodie to one of the trees. You don't have to be all stylish and hurl yourself at the ground while scoring. As soon as you catch it, start running. Ready, Mel? He leaned over as he threw the ball underhandedly. It was intentionally a few paces short to encourage me to sprint. As soon as my hands clasped the ball, I hugged it to my chest and dashed left. He side-shuffled towards me, intending to block me off. When I zigzagged to the right, he started to close the distance. My eyes darted about for an opening. His arm extended out. I practically dove under it, using my height to his... Yeah, that's how that works. He staggered forward, not used to dealing with someone of my frame. I mean, what, was he going for the head? In rugby, you grab by the waist and then go down. You're not allowed high tackle. It's fine. Whoa, can't believe that worked. Neither can I, Melissa. I glanced back to see if he recovered from my surprised duck. Good. Good, really fitting the theme of the art here with chibi art. That sheer look of determination was intimidating. My legs pumped faster and I felt a flicker of hope as I zoomed towards the end goal. Oh, for the love of fucking... My vision got blocked by a moving obstacle and my feet were lifted into the air as strong arms hugged me close. I was now going in the complete opposite direction. The ball sandwiched between us. I was unable to move my arms to force the ball free. He lied about the tag analogy. Seconds later, I felt my back hit the soft hay stack, but I resolved to keep the ball out of his possession. As for 5-meter scrum. Score! It doesn't count if the ball doesn't touch the hay. Accepting my challenge, he tried to grab the ball, but I extended my arm over my head, keeping it beyond his He's like a foot... Using one hand to support himself, he practically hovered over me as his fingers brushed against the ball, causing it to fall out of my limp hold. I couldn't see the result, but I heard the faint sound of the ball hitting something solid. Ah, you win. I don't think it touched the hay. Okay, it doesn't count. Someone's fussy about the rules. Oh, guys, we got a CG finally, which doesn't look dumb. I mean, we look a lot younger. I think because of the way our mouth is now positioned. It's the only time in the game it's been normal, although a lot smaller and slightly on the left side. No, that might be a perspective thing. Nah, it's because of the way the shadow works, the mouth doesn't look quite right. How do you passionately kiss with mouths that small? Oh, that's going to be very difficult as soon as you start making out. I let out a breathy laugh. We were both winded from the spirit. Unwittingly, his fingers grazed against mine and he halted to gauge my reaction. I wrapped my fingers around his own, giving them a gentle squeeze. He responded with the same gesture before lowering his face towards mine, his lips slightly parted. Okay, guys. We need to do this romantically. You ready? Yeah, figures. Something is interrupted. A blaring tune jolted out of our trance, and he hastily fished out his phone, uttering an apology as he hit the call button. Hello? I heard a deep, muffled voice from the other end, speaking French. Deandre responded cheerfully, although his eyebrows furrowed from the interruption. While he talked, I made funny faces in an attempt to lighten the mood. He tried to ignore me, but his expression strained to stay neutral after I stuck my tongue out. He retaliated by tickling my stomach, and I giggled. J'entends quelqu'un et je ne sais pas vous interrompre au milieu de quelque chose, non? How good was that French pronunciation? It's pretty bad, wasn't it? It wasn't great. I think that says, I understand you? I don't know. Je ne sais pas. That's I don't know. Oh no, I didn't speak or interrupt. What's je ne sais pas? Je ne sais is I do not. So je ne sais pas vous interrompre, which is presumably interrupt. Milieu de quelque chose. I don't know what that means. I think that probably means am I interrupting something? Vous pourrez dire que plus. I think that means say what you want. Elle est mignon. No idea. Elle est. Deandre gave my... He forgot his name. Deandre gave my hand another affectionate squeeze. At least he made it obvious the discussion was about me. Deandre gave a few disengaged responses and then cut the call. He groaned, but the smile returned to his face. Who was that? My brother. He wants the car now. I think he can afford to wait a few minutes. His face inched towards mine again, only for another obnoxious tune to chime. Exasperated, he flopped onto the hay next to me and I laughed at the timing. What is it now? It's dinner. We should head back now unless you want improvised flambe. I'm sure you can skip 2 or 3 minutes. Oh no, we must not kiss now and interrupt our good chance at starting a relationship, for the food might not be perfect. Maybe another time. Once Deandre had removed the dish from the oven and placed it on the stove to cool, we moved towards the gate entrance. Sorry about that, I wanted to stay a little longer, but my brother has dibs on the car first. I guess you could have taken a train. It was easier to carry the ingredients in the car, at least you'll have something to last you the weekend. I promise it tastes even better when it's a day or two old. You made it before? I wanted to make sure it tasted good. My family were my test subjects. Sorry for not dining then dashing. I think that's called loving and leaving. I'll see you Monday morning. He leaned over for the routine cheek kiss and delivered a light peck. Halfway through the custom, he paused before my face and impulsively brushed my lips against mine. It only lasted for a second, but the touch sent an electrical current through me, and my eyes widened in response. When we separated, he reluctantly walked towards the car. Have a good evening, Mel. You too, Deandre. Thanks for the meal. I know it'll taste great. I'd say it's not the only thing that tastes great, but, I mean, after that kiss, it's very difficult to tell. We're just dancing by ourselves again. I think it's safe to presume that we're probably on his route by this point, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna go and say that we're almost certainly on his route by this point. Right. Doing all this as we head into the last week. Woo! I guess.